Hi, I'm Raymond Adamcik of the Florida Anti-Aging Center. If you've been to any mall or to any McDonald's, you see that obesity is everywhere. Not only here in America, but in the entire world. It's a full-blown epidemic. But what is anybody doing about it? Nothing. But I'll tell you that I have some answers for you today. So as you can see, it's just been getting worse and worse. And even the most recent data, this is overweight now is up to about 38%. And overweight plus obesity is about 71% in America. Almost 3/4 of our patient populations are overweight. How is general medicine doing on this? I think not so good. Pre-diabetes just going through the roof. Diabetes just exploding through the roof. And it's not only those illnesses, but obesity also contributes to cancer, strokes, gout, sleep apnea, and low self-esteem. There's lots of consequences. And why is it? Honestly, it's mostly sugar. And I'm not talking about table sugar. Also those whole grains, the holy oatmeal and whole grain breads and all those things are just full of carbs, 95% carbs. They're toxic. That's what I tried to point out in my first book, The Globe's Best Diet, written in 2007, The Metabolic Syndrome Cure. Because at that point, I was seeing in my population that the medical doctors were recommending oatmeal and pasta, and I was good at that diet. But I found out that it was messing up my weight, my blood sugar, my metabolism, and my patients also. So I did extensive research, and I came up with a different idea than the Globe's Best Diet. At that point, I called out the medical profession. I said the low-fat diet is wrong and dangerous, that really what that translates to is high carbohydrate diet that causes insulin resistance, weight gain in the middle, diabetes, pre-diabetes, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, and cancer. And that's insulin resistance is really central to the obesity epidemic. But nobody listened. So this is what it is, that basically the insulin resistance occurs, and then it causes all these consequences, the metabolic syndrome, including arthritis and strokes and acid reflux and memory loss and all of the consequences of age that many of us are afraid of. It's actually caused by a high carbohydrate diet. So is it all about diet and activity? Well, granted, diet is really, really important. And activity is really, really important. You can't skip those too. But I have even people with perfect lifestyles. They come to me, they say, Doc, I eat only lettuce. I exercise 2 hours a day. It's been 6 months. I haven't lost a pound. There must be something wrong with my system. My system is broken. Well, you know what? They're right. Because there are documented deficiencies in physiology and nutrition that actually contribute to this condition beyond what diet and activity do. So, well, what causes this insulin resistance syndrome? High carbohydrate diet, inactivity, a poor metabolic set, which we'll come back to in a second, hormone deficiencies, which we'll come to, and nutritional deficiencies. And if you correct these physiologic deficiencies, then you have a much better chance of improving, treating, or even curing the obesity condition. So, is there an energy control switch that controls whether you make or burn fat? Is it true or false that you can control energy by pushing a button? Well, the answer is true. There is an energy control switch called AMPK, and this one actually is critically involved in energy production and utilization, and this button can be turned to turn on the fat burning process. Because most people are stuck in fat burning. Carbohydrate intake makes you stuck in fat storage mode. So there are ways that you can turn this button back to the fat burning mode. What else? Well, hormones are really critical, as I detailed in my second book, Love Your Cholesterol, The Aging Solution, that certain hormone deficiencies cause this insulin resistance syndrome, like especially testosterone, also estradiol, vitamin D, which is really a hormone, and thyroid also importantly involved in metabolism and weight control. And the problem is most doctors practice like this. If you do a blood test, they take an average of the population. Now mind you, 71% of our population is either overweight or obese. That's my normal. So if you have a range, they're interested if it's in the abnormal range, too high or too low. But most people are over here in this lower end of range. And when they're in that lower end of range of a sick population, they don't feel very good. In fact, they can have fatigue, moodiness, sleep problems, depression, brain fog, weight gain, hot flashes, poor libido, basically just feel pretty crappy, in addition to being overweight. So while there's different ways that you can fix it, over here at Florida Anti-Aging, we're expertise in pellets. We also have many options of therapy for each individual. But there's also critical nutrients that are necessary that you can't get properly from diet. For example, vitamin D, as I mentioned earlier, but the optimal level of vitamin D is really critical. Also, magnesium and vitamin K are other essential nutrients for metabolism that you need to get your body to the optimum performance. So, what is obesity anyway? Is it an illness? Is it a disease? What is it? Well, it's actually both. An illness is something that brings you to the doctor because you have some symptoms like the fatigue or the achiness or things that people often attribute to age, but actually hormonal decline has a great deal to do with these symptoms. But then a disease is a documented disturbance of the body's normal physiology. And they are deficient in testosterone, vitamin D, estradiol, thyroid, and have all of those things that then contribute to more advanced diseases. So weight gain is both an illness and a disease that has multiple causes. Diet is actually crucial, activity is crucial, but correcting metabolic set, correcting optimal hormones, and correcting nutritional deficiencies are really essential to getting a hold on this condition and improving it and working towards a cure. So that's what we try to do here at Florida Anti-Aging. We have the latest in dietary, exercise, hormones, nutritional, and supplements to get you to an optimal health and help you to transform your body to the best that it can be. I'm Dr. Raymond Adamcik of the Florida Anti-Aging Center in Satellite Beach, Florida. Thank you.